Have you ever tried reasoning with someone who clearly doesn't want to understand? You bring facts. You stay calm. You offer clarity. But all they want to do is argue. You walk away frustrated. Not because you lost, but because you forgot something vital. You were feeding a fool. There's a saying, never wrestle with a pig. You both get dirty, but the pig likes it. The Stoics knew this. Long before the internet, long before trolls and social media echo chambers, they already warned us. Not everyone is worth your energy. Not every battle deserves your sword. This isn't about arrogance or thinking we're better than others. It's about preserving your peace, your time, and your clarity. Today, we're diving deep into why engaging with foolishness is a trap, and how the wisdom of Stoicism can help you walk away without guilt and with strength. Let's begin. So what does it mean to feed a fool? It means giving your attention, your energy, and your emotional control to someone who has no intention of understanding you or improving themselves. This person may be loud, confident, convincing. They might even make you question yourself for a moment. But their aim isn't truth. It's dominance, ego, noise. And every second you spend trying to explain, justify, or debate with them, you're feeding them. You're giving them what they crave. A reaction, a rise, your peace of mind. The Stoics taught that our greatest power lies in our ability to control what we respond to. Epictetus, a former slave who became one of Stoicism's most powerful voices, said, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." Let that sink in. A fool isn't someone who lacks intelligence. It's someone who refuses to grow. No matter how clearly you speak, how gently you approach them, their cup is already full, overflowing with pride, sealed with stubbornness. The more you try to pour into it, the more you waste yourself. And Stoicism? It's about conserving your inner resources for what truly matters. Let me tell you a short story. There was once a snake who slithered into a carpenter's workshop at night. As it moved across the floor, it accidentally brushed against a handsaw. Feeling pain, the snake instinctively turned and bit the saw, cutting its own mouth. Angry and confused, it wrapped its entire body around the saw and squeezed. When morning came, the carpenter found the snake lifeless, destroyed not by the saw, but by its own reaction to it. You see where this is going. A fool is like that saw, sharp, rigid, unmoving. And when we take their bait, when we react emotionally, when we bite back, we become the snake, hurting ourselves. Not all conflicts are worth engaging in. Not every insult needs an answer. Not every comment requires a comeback. Your peace is too valuable to waste on people committed to misunderstanding you. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and philosopher, wrote in his personal journal, Meditations, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." He didn't say to argue with your enemy. He didn't say to prove them wrong. He said, don't become them, because the moment you mirror their behavior, you've already lost. Seneca echoed this idea. He said, the greatest remedy for anger is delay. When you meet a fool, someone arrogant, condescending, aggressive, delay. Pause. Ask yourself, is this even worth my energy? Will this matter in a week, a month, a year? In most cases, the answer is a resounding no. Here's the truth. Your ego wants to win, but your soul wants peace. And the Stoics knew that peace isn't found in victory. It's found in mastery. Mastery over yourself, over your impulses, over the desperate urge to always have the last word. You don't need to win every argument to win at life. Fast forward to today. You're not in ancient Rome. You're on Instagram, or Facebook, or in a workplace filled with politics. Fools don't always wear silly hats. Sometimes they have big titles, loud followers, or keyboards. And yet the wisdom hasn't changed. If someone cannot listen, do not waste your breath. Here's how this plays out in your daily life. Online debates. You make a thoughtful post. Someone responds with sarcasm and insults. You feel that heat rising in your chest, the need to correct them. But remember, you're feeding a fool. Step back. Workplace drama. A coworker twists your words, gossips, or undermines you in meetings. You want to confront them, maybe publicly. But ask yourself, is it about justice or ego? Respond with strategy, not emotion. Family arguments. Maybe it's that one relative who never changes, no matter how kindly you speak. Love them, but set boundaries. Not every family member earns a front row seat in your emotional life. The world tells you to clap back, drag them, shut them down. But the Stoic path? It says, rise above. Silence, in the face of ignorance, is not weakness. It is wisdom. Let's return to where we started. Don't feed the fool. It sounds simple, but it takes courage. It takes restraint. It takes a deep understanding of who you are and what you stand for. When you walk away from foolishness, you're not losing. You're choosing clarity over chaos, purpose over pride, freedom over friction. You're honoring your energy. And when you do that, you create space for growth, for peace, for joy, for depth. You may never change a fool, but you can change how you show up in their presence. So the next time you're tempted to bite back, remember the snake. The saw wasn't worth it. The pain wasn't worth it. And your peace? That's worth everything. Let the fool starve. Let your soul stay full. And keep walking the path of wisdom. Calmly, quietly, powerfully. Tonight, before you go to sleep, ask yourself, who am I feeding with my attention? Which battles have I chosen that I never needed to fight? Where in my life do I need to reclaim my peace? And most importantly, where can I be more stoic? Not just in thought, but in practice. Thank you for watching. If this message resonated, take a moment to breathe, to reflect, to unfollow the noise, and follow the voice within. This is the Stoic way, and it begins, right now, with you.